What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we're gonna be going over the brand new Naruto Uzumaki Pervading Feelings, okay? The one that just dropped on both global and Japan for the 25 million down celebration. So we're gonna be doing it a little bit differently. Normally the units that I've been going over for analysis have just been PvP units, and I tend to just ignore their PvE versions or PvE side of things. But for these units, I'm going to be doing pretty much units that are viable in both PvE and in PvP. I will be doing 2 videos on them. So this one specifically will be covering PvE. So if you want to know how good they are in PvP, be sure to check out my next video that'll be coming out. But this one is strictly how good is Naruto in PvP, breaking him down, all the damages, all the numbers. We're giving it to you straight facts, okay? Plus a little bit of my opinion sprinkled in there, and you know, so on. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content, and let's get straight to it. So Naruto is a 3/6 chakra user with, I don't know if, like, I always gotta zoom this in. 1846 HP, 2166. Now just to remember, this is not including pills, meaning for a, what's his range? Long range user, he has almost 2300 attack, which is very, very, very high. Going down to his field skill, this is where things start getting a little bit, funky over here. First unit in the game to ever have a dual field skill. Boost critical rate by 2.5 to 3, and attack by 200 to 250. This is a pretty, big deal. And the reason for that is, one, he's the first unit to, he's like the, what do you call it? He's bridging. He's the first one to lay down the pavement for stronger field skills going forward, and I really like that. And now it like opens up so many possibilities, because now you won't have those units, not that you won't, but going forward you'll probably have units that say like, reduce chance of being immobilized and reduce chance of being jutsu sealed, rather than just like, 30% chance to not get jutsu sealed. Well, like 99% of the time that's relevant. But now if you can start stacking field skills like that, that's where you start getting a little bit of, some juicy juice over there. But this combination in specific is very good. 250 attack up is nothing too spectacular, considering that, for example, Final Valley Naruto has 750 attack up specifically to heart units, but it's still, that's a pretty big difference. Now, when you pair that with the critical rate boost, a lot of units these days are coming in with 1 dupe crit. They got 2-3% crit chance, multiply that by the base 2.5 times, and all of a sudden you got like a 40% chance to crit. And that is a very, very high number when it comes to crit rate. One example would be Final Valley Naruto. Now, in PvE, you're not going to, unless you're doing Ninja Road, you're never going to really pair units like this together, right? They're usually just going to be strictly within their own elements. Just, that's what, the game requires of you anyways. The other scenarios are SS rank missions, where you have to beat it within a certain amount of turns. But besides that, the remaining missions are always just like, elemental exclusive. But the point that I was trying to make is that boost critical rate, you have Final Valley Naruto, who has a 2.5% base chance crit. Everyone in the game has that chance. Final Valley Naruto also has a 4 times crit dupe ability. So if we start bringing out the handy dandy calculator, start doing some math real quick, right? We got 2.5 times 4. Naruto has a 10% chance to crit on his own. Pair him up with this Naruto field skill, right? Now you got a 30 times, 30% chance to crit. Now all of a sudden, if you're using any crit buddy skill with the Final Valley Naruto, for example, if I'm running, but you wouldn't really be running the new Kakashi or Sage mode in there. But right now there aren't really any amazing crit leads. But let's say, for this example, we'll just happen to use Sage mode Naruto, right? He doesn't really do anything in PvE, but it's just for the example purposes. So he has a 3 times crit buddy skill, right? So, you go 3 times. Now all of a sudden, your Final Valley Naruto has a 90% chance to crit, right? And this is on either jutsu. Pretty much meaning that you could sacrifice some damage on your team and guarantee yourself a crit on the boss. So keep that in mind. Crit is going to start mattering, sooner or later, and people are going to start, having to. They're going to realize that this is just another method of getting an insanely high amount of damage. So just keep that in mind going forward. The same thing will work in PvP, the same exact strategy, and it's more viable in PvP because of the crit leads. But like I said, this video is going to be focusing on PvE, so that'll come back for the next video. Buddy skill, 400 health. Jesus Christ, so much healing. 400 health buddy skill, I believe, is the highest amount. I don't know if anyone else also has 400, but 400 health. Let's see. I have the other used up a little bit. I'm pretty sure Sasuke was the highest before with 300 health. And now this... What does this mother do? Okay. So he's coming at 400 health. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, this Naruto has the highest buddy skill healing in the game. 400 health is a lot, considering that people will most likely run 2 of him, right? You run him, you run a friend unit, and now you got 800 healing the back row alone, right? Don't even have to have this Naruto out. Sync skills. Healing. Sync with wisdom, sync with hidden leaf. Extremely easy to get both. Like I said, you're going to be running him in full wisdom teams anyways for half your objectives. And then sync with hidden leaf, every other unit is a hidden leaf unit. Can't get easier than that. Sync with all except wisdom, nullifies Chakra's recovery ceiling. This is useful in both. This will be active 100% of the time in PvP, because, keep that in mind. It's very, unless you like purposely build your team with, 3 front lane wisdom units, you're going to be immune to Chakra recovery ceiling, which isn't as strong right now, but it still exists from the fact that Rage Obito has it. The new Limit Broken Hinata has it. Blazing Bash Hinata. And who else? Itachi is not seen as much, but he also has it. And I think those 3 are the main ones who use Chakra Recovery Ceiling. So that's another thing. Then you got Chakra Recovery Field Effect. Pretty much PvP exclusive. You see this in Ninja Road. You see this in some raids. Not randomly, but rarely. Here comes the busted stuff. Another 2 dupes of self-healing for 400. This man is healing. If he's in the back row, you got him fully duped. 1200 healing a turn. You got 2 of them fully duped. Woo! Like I said, coming back here, this Naruto had 1 dupe, which, in my opinion, this dupe is better just because of the fact that it condenses everything. Having multiple dupes condensed into 1 is always better. But it's also less. So this is 750, whereas we got 800 here. We got Nullify Mobilization, which pair these 2 together, and all of a sudden, status effects literally don't matter to you anymore. And then the nice amount is 30% chance to reduce Chakra to 0 on both his normal Jutsu and his secret technique. And this matters a lot just because of the fact that he is, once again, 3/6 Chakra user. Now, here is where the big brain math comes in, right? Because 3/6 Chakra users do less damage than a 4/8 Chakra user, just because of less Chakra, less damage. But we're gonna break it down why this guy is the hardest hitting user in the entire game. This Naruto literally hits harder than every single other unit, and I'm gonna explain it after we go over the 2 jutsus. So, first jutsu, ninjutsu, ignore substitution, 5 times attack knocks him back. The enemy receives increased damage from their non-effective elemental affinities by 30% for 6 turns. If you guys don't know what this means, non-effective elemental affinities. So if we take a look at, I wonder if there's, it's not here. But if you're looking at, the 5 elements in Blazing, heart, body, and skill are in a triangle with each other. Wisdom and bravery are effective against each other, right? They're not weak to anything. So what this means is that non-effective elemental affinities, if I decided to hit a body unit, right? I hit a body unit, and now what's effective against body? Skill. Actually, it took me a second because I forgot. So everything but skill would get a 30% boost in damage. So this is top tier for PvP, top tier for Ninja Road, and still it's amazing in any SS rank impact. This doesn't... If you're doing wisdom only on a bravery mission, this has no effect, because if you hit a bravery unit, this works only against non-effective elemental affinity. So if you hit a bravery unit, wisdom is the effective element, so it won't work with that. But besides that, this is amazing in PvP, amazing in Ninja Road, amazing in SS tier. So pretty much the only hard content in the game is really good in. Besides that, does he do anything else? 5 times attack. What's the damage looking like? Okay, if you guys watched my previous character analysis video, you know we had the Blazing Bible, okay? Blazing Bible, this is the PvE version. So this is right here. This is the Naruto we're looking at. Jutsu does 11,330 damage. If he hits a if he hits a bravery unit, it'll do about 17,000 damage. What does this mean? DPC. DPC means damage per chakra, right? How much damage is he outputting for his 3 chakra that he's using? And that's 3,777. Now this number means nothing unless you have something to compare it to. And this is why I have other units in here as well. Let's take a look at Final Valley Sasuke. You got... His jutsu does about 10,000 damage. Damage per chakra is 2,476. Now, you gotta keep in mind that Sasuke is AoE, and Sasuke also generates 2 chakra coming back. So this number is... It's like deceptive. His damage per chakra, he technically has a 2 chakra jutsu, so this could almost be doubled in a sense. So it's like you need to compare it to something. I think the best person to compare it to, honestly, would be... Yeah, I think we should compare it over here. So let's do the math. Just because Madara is another 3 chakra user who also has a single target jutsu. So 4.5 times... What's his multiplier? Sorry, what's his attack stat? 2230 plus 100. So 2330. And then divided by 3. So this Naruto does more damage than Madara. So just a little bit of a reference. But the main reason damage per chakra I care about with this Naruto is on his ultimate jutsu. If you take a look at his ultimate jutsu, ignore substitution, 17.5 times attack, 90% chance of recovery ceiling for 6 turns, restores 2,000 of his own health over 2 turns. Meaning 4,000 combined health regain on top of his already, 1,200 possible healing per turn anyways. So he's unkillable. But in PvE, it doesn't matter because you have a combined health total. How much damage is this? Ultimate Jutsu. 40,000 damage on his ultimate jutsu. About 60,000 damage if he's hitting a bravery typing. The damage per chakra, 6,609. This is why this matters. Let's take a look at both Final Valley units, because a lot of people are comparing. The complaints, comments, whatever, are that they seem underwhelming compared to Final Valley units. But this is exactly what I'm trying to, explain in this video. This Sasuke, and both Naruto and Sasuke, Final Valley Naruto and Sasuke, have single target 8 chakra jutsus, right? And they're considered best units in the entire game. Sasuke's jutsu, ultimate jutsu, does 48,000 damage, which is, of course, more than 40,000, but it costs 8 chakra, meaning the damage per chakra is 6,000. And Naruto, on the other hand, also costing 8 chakra, does less damage than Sasuke at 46,000, and his damage per chakra is less than 6,000. What does this mean? Like, why does this matter? It matters because if you are using your ultimate jutsu constantly every time you get 6 chakra, your Naruto at the end of the day is doing significantly more damage than any of the Final Valley units. If you get let's say you get to the final stage, right? You're not at this point. You can't really nuke down final stages, right? They require multiple jutsus. So if you use 6 chakra, then 6 chakra, then 6 chakra, then 6 chakra, this Naruto is doing more damage at the end of the day than final value units, and that's just factual, right? That's not, it's proven here. But that's why this Naruto is #1 character in the game, in my opinion. He is PvE monster. The one thing that might not make him potential #1 is the fact that he's not a monster in PvP, whereas both final value units are monstrous in both categories, right? That's the only thing. But in PvE, he is, I think, unquestionably #1 character in PvE. So if that isn't enough to convince you, summon for him, then I'm not sure. I mean, you guys are free to do whatever you want. But this is me giving you the full info, nothing left behind about what this guy does. And of course, he's got 30% chance to reset every single time he does it. He has 6 chakra, meaning he's getting his jutsu and his ultimate significantly faster than everyone else. And then he also has a 30% chance to reset it every single time. There you go. On top of that, the recovery ceiling isn't that big of a deal. The HP recovery is really nutty in my opinion. But besides that, that's really it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this analysis video. If you guys want to see how good Naruto is in PvP, be back for the next one. And of course, we're going to be doing the same exact thing with Sasuke next. So see you guys later. Peace out.